fantastic. So we're good.
So, first day on Tuesday, do you have any takeaway observations? Anything that surprised you?
I thought our guys, I don't think there's any surprise. I thought their focus was really good. I thought they were dialed in. They were excited to get back out on the field. They had a really good winter with Frank and his staff, training and getting ready for this. Just excited to get back on the field, to get a chance to teach again. And those guys were very responsive to everything. So I like the energy, I like the juice, and then we're going to see if we can continue it. So that's what the challenge is now. Once you start to get into it, do we continue to keep that same standard that we had in the first one? So.
How did Dorian look on tape?
Dorian did a nice job. He's obviously he's in year 2. Didn't have the benefit of a spring last year, so I had to come in as a freshman, and then when Wilton went down in game 1, kind of thrown into action, and we thought he really responded well to that. But now you can tell he's got a really good understanding of what we're trying to do. It was a short install for the first practice, but I thought he did a really good job with it.
Chase Griffin didn't throw on Tuesday?
No, he's got a little bit of a wrist thing he's working on right now, so we're just making sure we bring him along according to the trainers and kind of where he needs to be. So we anticipate him sometime during the spring to start firing it up. So he's early. He's a bonus kid. He should still be in high school. So he got in here early. He's learning. He's got getting all the mental reps, and we'll do all the stuff in the run game. But we're going to limit his throwing at the beginning of spring.
Status of Mike Juarez?
Mike Juarez is medical. He's no longer here.
He's not with the program anymore?
Nope.
How about Moses Robinson-Carr?
He was dismissed from the program.
Okay.
Chip, what was the reception of the team at the end of the last season? Obviously, the record probably was the reception of the team just going into the off season and starting.
Well, they were excited. Every year's a new season, so it's you thank the seniors, the Caleb Wilsons and the Wilton Spates and Pickett and the Metters and the guys who left. And then it's the next group. It becomes a brand new season, so I don't think there's a lot of reflection that goes back on the last year. There's going to be a lot of new faces out there, a lot of young guys that will get an opportunity to go and play now. So I think they were all excited about what the future is.
What about Rick Wade and Marcus Moore?
Rick Wade is graduated, and Marcus Moore is medical.
What did you see from Austin Burton and his development since you've been here, and actually from fall until now?
Well, one practice. I saw everything. Austin did a nice job. I think everybody overall, again, you can tell how prepared they were coming into it just because of we get to, look out our window and watch those guys run around and get our reports back from our strength and conditioning guys. So he had another guy that had a really good offseason. And now it's just getting out in the field and getting reps again. So, we haven't had a chance to do any football with him since the Stanford week, the last game of the season. So I thought he had a good day yesterday, and we'll continue to build on that.
Jalen Irwin, the JUCO transfer, how did he look on tape?
He flashed a little bit yesterday. It's our first time seeing him. He's obviously, I think, brings another speed element out there to complement Theo. And we're made a couple plays that you were like, whoa, who's that? So he was obviously recognized very quickly by our staff.
You moved Matt Lynch from quarterback. What kind of winning decision moved?
That was Matt. Matt came in and said he'd like to play another position and see if he can get on the field. So if he can contribute as a tight end or a receiver or in the special teams, we'll see whatever we can do to accommodate him. But I thought he handled it really well in the first day.
What strides would you like to see Dorian make this spring?
In everything. I mean, there's never one thing that you're not. Peyton Manning in year 18 was still working on his base fundamentals. It's the same thing. It's just the more he grows and understands where we're trying to get accomplished, especially in the passing game with progressions and concepts. But he's a sponge. He's a great guy to coach. He's always trying to get better every day. So, I think they just want him to grow in every area. But that's the same for all of our players.
Obviously, it's early, but coming out of off-season workouts and these first couple of practices, what do you like about this team?
Well, we've had one, so
right.
I like that it's not raining.
But with the attitude of this team,
their attitude's been great. But their attitude was great last year. So, we got a bunch of hungry kids that they're fun to coach. Our staff really enjoys being around them, and they enjoy being around our staff. So, it's a great group. We were very, very young last year. We'll still be young again this year, but those guys at least will have a year in our system. So we're excited to kind of see where it goes. But after one training session, and it's just been one, so that's the only time we've had access to them. They've been working extremely hard with the strength staff, but we haven't been with them until yesterday, or 2 days ago. So we're just excited to get back on the field.
Because you do have the year under your belt, does it allow you to, I guess, progress more this spring than you did last year?
No, because you always start right at the beginning. So you can't. We have new kids and new faces. I think we had 7 enrollees or 6 enrollees, so it's all new to them. So every day, whenever you are, whether it's preseason camp or spring, you're going to start right back at square one. So we'll see as we add things in, what they handle and how they progress. So right now it's just now we're on day 2 and stuff.
So it really doesn't differ much from what you were doing at this time last year, then?
No, but I think they have a better understanding of that. That's where the difference is it's all brand new to them, but we start on day one at center quarterback exchange, and this is our cadence and all the base fundamentals of everything, because you can never assume everything. Coach Wooden taught them how to tie their shoes on the first day every year, so it's kind of the same philosophy.
You all are pretty far low on the maximum scholarship threshold. What are kind of your thoughts on that entering the season?
Well, those are the NCAA rules. We can only sign 25 guys, so you can't bolster to get back up to 85. So it'll take a couple years to get back up to that. So it's a new rule they put in that you can't go over 25. So the teams that are under have to just wait for a couple years to get back up to that number. So
how do you think that will affect the team this year?
I don't think it matters, because there's nothing you can do about it. So our guys are going to be excited to go out there and play and compete, no matter whether you have 100 of them or 2 of them.
The state of the offensive line, who are you looking for the younger guys to maybe step up? What do you see from some of them?
All of them. Again, it's day one. I think our guys did a really good job on the first day, but I think all of those guys, some of them got playing action. Alec Anderson, Gaines got to play in games last year. Christophe obviously played the whole year, but Alec and Gainesy got some valuable reps towards the end of the season, but we're able to keep their red shirt, so we'll get a chance to see what those guys are doing, but we need all those guys to step up. We've lost 2 linemen. You lost Murph and you lost Andre, so there's 2 spots there that I think we're going to have to try to figure out who those other guys are stepping up. But who it is really doesn't. It's not. We don't have one guy targeted. It's all going to play itself out during the course of the time, and really it doesn't matter now during the spring, because there's not a depth chart set during the spring. It'll be set during the fall. So we're just concentrating on trying to get quality reps and quality work, and seeing how everybody as an individual gets a chance to grow. So.
Do you feel like you have any easier decisions to make on the offensive line, guys who can play guard?
We have
and
zero decisions to make on the offensive line. Like I just said, we don't have a depth chart in the spring, so I don't care who's in with the 1s or who's in with the 2s. Are guys getting quality reps? Can we coach them off the tape, and do they get better as individuals? So.
Do you think it's easier to coach guys who can play guard and tackle, center, kind of move
Yeah,
around
that's
like
obvious. I think if guys got versatility, that makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
Are you anticipating any potential transfers or that type of thing kind of coming in to add a bit more?
No, and then you can't talk about anybody you're trying to recruit or not recruit, so we're not anticipating anything. We're just trying to go out and have a really good Thursday.
You mentioned Pickett and Metters leaving. Who do you expect to kind of step up into those?
I don't know. That's what the spring's all about. We'll figure it out. Sometimes there'll be somebody that, you thought that kid was there, and then another time there'll be a surprise, like, wow, that kid really was coming along and matured. So you can't put a name or a number on it. It's just, it all happens kind of organically on who steps up.
Is there anything you learned coming back?
What's
last
that?
year, or anything you learned?
Yeah, the winters are harsh here in California. That's what I learned. All right, guys. Thanks.